Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me and allowing me to continue to be your daily advocate. If you're new here or you're not subscribed for any reason, please do me a huge favor and hit the subscribe button. Thank you to all of you who have been watching and following me for so long. It truly means a lot, and I'm glad that I can be this person.
Right now, we got a little update on the Ripple v. SEC lawsuit, and actually, it's not so little. There's multiple different pieces to it. So James Fillon, about 24 hours ago, shared this. The SEC has filed its opposition to Brad Garlinghouse's motion to compel turnover of notes taken by Matthew Estabrook, counsel to the then SEC Commissioner Roisman, of a 2018 meeting between Roisman and Garlinghouse. The SEC has submitted the notes to Magistrate Judge Annette Byrne for in-camera review. Let's take a little bit of a look at this, just a little tiny inch deeper. So, a couple of people were asking questions, but I don't think we should focus on that because there's much more important stuff going on. Alright, so that's again something which I didn't even want to make a specific video about because at the end of the day, who really cares, right? It's just a small little fries. Here's what came out about an hour ago. 2 parts, and this is very important. First of all, one attorney from Ripple's side left. Now, before, when things were a little bit less frisky, I would actually dedicate a part of my video to talking about the lawyer who left, why, but who cares? Again, who gives a crap why he left? He's doing something else. I don't really mind. The very important part comes right here. 53 minutes ago, a ton of likes, a ton of attention. Let's get into it. Ripple and the individual defendants have filed their opposition to the SEC's motion for partial reconsideration and clarification of Judge Annette Byrne's DPP ruling, noting that the SEC is simply seeking a do-over. And this, guys, is extremely important. Now, it is about 2:20 a.m., and so I'm not going to start screaming right here, but this is a very crucial point, and Jeremy Hogan shares it here too. So, my thoughts straight at the bat here, why this is important, very logical. The SEC went for a motion for reconsideration, where they basically want the judge to reconsider a couple of facts and give him some additional information. We were all like, why? But we said, you know what, it can actually be a good thing, as at the end of the day, if the judge is going to reconsider everything and think of everything again, then there's a very high probability that the next time, if the SEC wants to appeal something once everything is over, that the judge can always say, well, but we already, looked over it again and there was nothing wrong. So you can't really try to appeal it now because, again, we went over everything already. What is there to appeal? You have some basic facts that are double checked. You got the second opinion already. So appealing won't work as well. Then again, we also knew that Ripple would most likely reply with a banger of a report, as this reconsideration is pretty garbage. It didn't really make a lot of sense, specifically because the SEC wanted to add documents that they all of a sudden thought were relevant, but we all were saying, if you thought they were relevant, why not add them before? And if you're adding them now, how exactly is it going to be relevant to your defense? It's only going to be more helpful to Ripple. We didn't understand. So Jeremy Hogan said, wow, I expected Ripple to come out swinging, and this brief did not disappoint. Hashtag Matt Solomon, one of the lawyers. And it's the hardest hitting brief thus far in the litigation, and rightfully so. The SEC has spun itself a tangled web here, and I don't expect the judge to help them out of it, as they basically just said it's a do-over, it's just filing the same thing yet again for absolutely no purpose. And so, one of the guys was saying, what did Ripple say? Can you explain to me in baseball terms? Can you explain it easily? And half and half came in and said, they said 1 minute we want to hit the ball with the bat, but now we want to hit the bat with the ball. But also, there is no ball. The bat is just a personal possession. However, now it's the department's bat, and the ball was never discussed, but also the depths spoke about it. Yeah, you can just feel the energy here in this this thread here. The people are all, I would say, pretty happy with the situation, and I want to go very deep into the whole brief, but again, I am no lawyer, alright? I can go over this, and I've actually done that for a little time. That's why my video was a little bit late. However, as I said before, I can't fetch you the most important parts. I've tried to, alright? I've taken a look at it and thinking, what exactly should I share? And I'm thinking, we get the conclusion. Ripple wrote a brief that's very crucial against the SEC. It's a well-written one, and we just know the SEC is shivering in their boots right now. They're thinking, oh my days, what did Ripple just write? Then again, the SEC didn't have anything to stand on from the get-go, so is this a really big surprise? Is this something we have to write home about, inform our people? Not really. At least in my opinion, there's not really too much to add here. It's just Ripple throwing fire on top of the stove? No, on top of the whatever, right? Ripple's adding friggin' coals to the already lasting fire. The couple of points where motion should be denied because the SEC identifies no controlling law or facts that the court overlooked. We already went for that. We talked about this before. The SEC's reversal of position does not justify reconsideration. Again, just because the SEC all of a sudden thought of things differently doesn't mean that the judge should all of a sudden think of things differently. And this mostly revolves around Hinman's personal opinion or speech, however you want to call it, because again, they basically took a 180 there and people were confused about it. It also is a little bit about, I believe, a different case. Not exactly sure where that part was. They mentioned it multiple times in this section. Communication about Mr. Hinman's speech are not essential links in a policy-making process, so again, why would they bring it up? And even if the DPP did apply, the privilege should be overcome on the facts of this case, and as a consequence of the SEC's litigation strategy. Finally, even if it were a close call, it's actually not, the court should not permit the SEC to shield these documents from discovery in light of the SEC's shifting positions in the litigation. Characterizing the speech as his personal views when it suits a particular litigation objective, and then denying the speech as a reflection of the SEC policy, and finally pivoting to argue that in fact it actually reflects a division policy process the SEC apparently identified only after the court's ruling. Neither the federal rules of civil procedure nor the local rules permit any party to make its assertions of privilege a moving target. So basically they have to choose one or the other. They can't just switch every time it comes out best for them. And here it also says defendants have been seeking discovery on this issue for more than a year, and the SEC may not, at the 13th hour, suddenly start on a fresh theory of privilege. Which I get, if you've been basically keeping something to yourself for an entire year on one basis, and all of a sudden, once that one gets broken through, you're thinking, oh, wait a minute, I actually thought of something else. Too late now, my opinion, right? And that's basically the letter here. It's really properly done. Then again, I'm no lawyer. I can't go through this and say, yeah, man, this is the best thing ever written. It's good, but it was kind of like I already expected. So this is definitely a boom. It feels good. Then again, I'm just waiting for the documents on Ripple's side. I'm just waiting for the SEC finally to hand over all those documents. It's taking a sweet-ass time, but I'm pretty certain it won't be too long from here, as there's just been too many freaking throws at their face. Every single time I open Twitter, I'm seeing James filling with another post of the newest lawsuit document that came out. It's just another banger. And again, what we saw here earlier, about a day ago, the reason I'm saying it's not that important is because it really is not too much. The majority of things we've been seeing here recently are good for the people that are really involved in the lawsuit to kind of update ourselves with, but can we really say this is going to be amazing? Is this going to be game-changing? No, right? The majority of people in the comment section are also noticing it's just all vague stuff. The SEC keeps going back and forward, makes no sense. The majority of what they're trying makes no sense. I'm not exactly sure why they keep doing all this stuff. And I don't think it ever will make sense at the end of the day as well. I think it's just going to keep staying vague. People will keep commenting out about it, saying, what is going on here?
So enjoy your day, everybody. I'm always here for you. Leave any comments or questions below, and be sure to subscribe. But thanks, everybody. I really appreciate you. Enjoy your day, and I always have your back. So thanks so much, everybody.